Most beginners light their first $1,000 on fire. Don't be that guy. Today, I'm going to show you how I would invest my first $1,000 in the stock market. Yo, what is going on, premium chasers? I hope you're having a God blessed day. Today, every single person that comments down below is going to get our option sellers checklist. This is perfect for those of you that are beginners in selling options, collecting juicy premiums, and a step-by-step to make sure that you're clicking all the right buttons. So if you want that checklist, all you got to do is drop a comment. And of course, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button as well. But guys, today we are talking about smaller accounts. You only got $1,000 in your account and you don't really know how to necessarily put your money to work for you. And I'm going to show you what I would do if I was starting with only $1,000 account and I actually want my money to work for me, not just like buying and holding a random stock. All right, let's go over the shoulder right now. For today's example, we're going to be using American Airlines. This works for any stock that you want. This is just a stock that I like. Obviously, go do your own due diligence. But I like this stock because it is under $10. Since it's under $10, it fits into our budget of $1,000 account, okay? So I'm going to show you this whole strategy, kind of how it looks like full circle, get you all excited and jazzed up. And then we'll talk about all the risks and downsides and all that stuff. But I promise you, you've probably never seen a strategy like this before. So first thing we're going to go is go to the trade options section and we're going to click sell a put. So I have $1,000 in my pocket right now, in my account right now. And I'm basically going to say, hey, you know what? A month from now, I'm willing to buy American Airlines at a price that I choose, right? And I'm going to get paid today just for saying maybe for something that's going to happen next month. I'm going to go out to about a month. I'm going to go 39 days out right here, okay? Now I get to pick on the left-hand side the price that I'd be comfortable buying American Airlines at, okay? And I'm going to collect premium income up front for that. Right? So for this example right here, if I select the 950s, I would collect $54 in premium, right? Right here on the nines, right, I would actually collect $36, right? And so on and so on. The further I go away from the strike price, right, there's a lower chance of it actually happening, right? So the closer you are to the share price, current share price, and saying you're willing to buy those shares, the more like income you're going to get. Now that income is actually coming from somebody that's this very silly person. You'll get to know them a lot. They're going to write you lots of paychecks, and you definitely want to send them Christmas cards as well, right, as a little thank you to them. But those are the options buyers. We call them silly little options buyers. We call them the Picassos of the candlesticks, right? They're amazing people, right? We absolutely love them, right? So what we're doing here, let's just go with these nines, right? So for these nines, we're actually going to collect $37. I like to always toss everything into my calculators because I'm a simple man. I like simple things, right? So I'm going to my calculator right here. This is free. All of my calculators and tools are free, guys. Everything on this channel is free. I want you guys to actually go use this stuff in the Facebook group. The link will be in the description. The only thing that costs money if you want one-on-one time. I think we can all agree that. All right. So right here, we're going to put in our premium, $37, right? That is what we're collecting, right? Now we have to put up our collateral, right? We got to put up our collateral, guys. Your brokerage ain't just going to say, oh yeah, you could buy 100 shares, right? But you ain't got the money to back it up, right? They're not gonna let that fly, right? So with American Airlines right here, we could see it's a $9 share price that we're saying. Now we have to times that by 100 because every one options contract is equal to 100 shares. Robinhood really nicely even tells you 100 shares, right, per contract, right? So 9 times 100, right? Let's all do it together. 900, right? So we're putting 900 right here, okay, for a premium return of 4.11%. Some of you are going to be like, Pete, this is what you would do, bro? This is what you would do? Yes, this is what I would do, right? Yes, this is exactly what I would do, right? Now, is it amazing making $37 on $900? For me, yeah, it is. To make 4% on my money in about a 30-day period, that is a fantastic return on my money. And the best part about this is it scales with your income, right? So the following month, I'll have a little bit more money and a little bit more. Maybe I can buy, eventually I'll be able to buy 2 contracts and get more and more income along the way. Okay. I've seen some of you post in the comments saying like, yeah, you're risking that much capital for so little return. Well, this isn't like a risky in my opinion, obviously go do your due diligence, it's not as risky of a play as buying options where you're basically a gambler. Here, slow and steady wins the race, in my opinion, right? We're collecting that premium on a more consistent basis. Okay, so let's kind of go full circle. Let's say we did open this trade. We still have $100, right? Really not much for us to do with that. So we're just going to let it sit. Right? We got our collateral of $900. It's locked up for about a month, right? And we just collected, this money is given to you immediately. So technically you got $137 sitting in your brokerage account, right? So that's all good. We made 4%. Now, a few things can happen, okay? Two primary things. Well, a couple. Let's go over full circle, right? We'll go with the easy one first. Let's say, 39 days rolls around and American Airlines is still trading around $982. Okay, that means your options contract expires worthless, and your collateral will be freed up, and then you can run the same exact play again and collect an additional premium. Now, the premiums will always look different. The market's always moving and changing, okay? All right, so that's the first thing that can happen. The contract will expire worthless, frees up your collateral, run the play again, collect more monthly income. Fantastic. That's usually what does end up happening, by the way. Second thing that can happen, as long as you're not playing at these really close to the current share value, right? Like if the 950s, you're most likely not going to get a sign. Now, of course, in the market condition, there's so much that goes into that. But for the most part, you're most likely not going to get a sign. But if you do, right, that's the second thing that can happen, is you do get a sign. Let's say, American Airlines drops down to $8.50. $8, $7. Oh my goodness gracious. American Airlines is going bankrupt, folks, right? You're going to buy those 100 shares for $9. Okay. This is why I always recommend doing this on stocks you actually enjoy, right? And and believe in long term. Do I think American Airlines is going away anytime soon? No. Do I think it's going to go bankrupt? No. Do I think the financials kind of suck? Yes, they do across the board for every single airline, right? But in terms of airlines, it's the best airline, in my opinion. It's the only thing I use to travel. So for me, I'm comfortable buying it at 9, and you have to do that for yourself, right? You got to be like, yo, you know what? I'm comfortable buying whatever XYZ stock for that price, right? So we have to understand that there is a possibility, there is a chance. Okay. So that's the second thing that can happen, is you actually have to buy your shares. The third thing that can happen is, let's say the share price skyrockets. Let's say you just did this today. Your $900 was free. You just opened your put. Your $900 is in collateral, and some amazing news came out about American Airlines. Everybody's loving it, and it shoots up to like $20, let's just say $15. Well, and then let's say that happens in like 2-3 days from now, right? Well, your contract now is going to be pretty much worthless. So what the market will actually do to you is say, hey, you can buy your contract out, meaning you close your position early, right? We can close our position early. But to close a position, we unfortunately, it hurts to say it, we need to become an options buyer, right? Because essentially right here, we're the seller, and then here we're essentially the buyer, and we are buying to close our position. So we have to pay a little bit of that money, a little bit of that $37 back. We might have to pay a little bit of that money back to free up our collateral. So let me show you what it looks like. So right here, let's say you open this, you sold this position. Our expiration is 39 days, right? And our annualized return, if we're able to do that trade, is 38%. Fantastic, right? I'll show you why this is important in a second. Obviously, this isn't necessarily realistic, but just we'll be full circle, right? So let's say now American Airlines skyrockets. The value of our contract is pretty much ruined, right? And we can close it out early for, let's say, $7 to keep the math simple. Well, let's say we give back $7 to close our position, and we're left with $30. I like to do this. I like things very simple. Okay, if you like things simple, you're in the right place. All right, because this stuff can get real complicated real quick. And for me, I like to keep things simple and stick to my strategy that my simple brain can continually do on repeat. All right, so if you like that, welcome. So now I'm seeing my return is a 3.33%. Now, this is not totally true. On the trade, it's a 3.3%. I like to look at it annualized. I know it's not actually annualized unless you do the trade otherwise, but it tells me if it was a good trade or not. Okay, so what is my expiration? Your expiration is now not 39 days. Let's say you close this thing out in 7 days, right? Let's say or let's just say 14 for something more realistic, right? You basically cut the time in half, and your annual return jumped up to 86%. Again, that's just a number I like to look at to see if it makes sense for me to close out my position early. Okay. That's it. That's what I'm looking at. And if I can do this in a short period of time and free up my collateral, I can then go use that money faster because it frees up my collateral to go find a different opportunity to make more money. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Okay. So this is called the cash secured put side. Now, you have to do these numbers for yourself, make them make sense for you. So like, for example, let's say it's 30 days out, right? And is it worth it? Like, I'm saving 9 days of time. 9 days. That's over a week, right? A week, right? Of time. It's just barely over it. But I would essentially, if this is why everything is a case-by-case basis, guys. It's so hard for me to because I love shooting these videos, but it's hard for me to say like blanket things because it's not always a blanket thing. Everything is a case-by-case basis. And because you have a different strategy than I do, and we all have different strategies and goals and all this stuff. So I'm just kind of giving you as much information as I can that you can then like marinate on and figure out for yourself. So hope that's cool. So for me, if I was in this situation, I would give back that $7. I would give back that $7 just to close it out, and I get my my premium back to go find another opportunity. Keyword, opportunity. Do you have another opportunity if you close out early? Okay? It's important to have something, right? Now, again, if it's still fine if you close out early because it frees up the collateral. You never know what's going to do, but I like to have something else to do with my money, right? So, and then also, like, let's say it was like 35, right? Let's say 35, right? Our annual return is 34 now. So in this case, I would just let it ride. I would let this thing ride for the most part. Again, that is a very blanket statement, I know, but for the most part, I use these simple calculators to kind of see when I would close out or not. Okay. So let's say we did have to buy the shares. Okay. We did end up buying the shares. Okay. And we bought them for $9. Okay, we bought them for $9. Now what we can do is sell a call. So instead of doing sell put, we're clicking sell call. Now our collateral isn't our $1,000 or $900. Our collateral now is our 100 shares because your $900 will be taken away from you and you'll be handed 100 shares of American Airlines. So for the sake of this simple example, just follow along with me. Again, these numbers are going to look a little bit different, right, in a live scenario, right? But they're roughly around where you'll be, give or take a couple percentage points. So let's say you bought it for $9, okay? So we bought them for $9. We're going out about 30 to 45 days out. And let's say we're cool selling our shares for $10. If it hits $10, we'll sell them. Okay. So for that, we would collect $65 in premium. Now I have another calculator called the covered call calculator, again, free in the Facebook group. And my premium here is $65. The strike of the option is what is the share price that you're willing to sell your 100 shares of American Airlines at? That is 10, right? $10, right? What did you buy them for, right? You bought them for 9, right? Obviously, I think it goes without saying, but I feel like I got to say it, right? You're no longer in the game of buying high, selling low here, folks, right? You make sure that the strike you're saying you're willing to sell your shares at is higher than what you bought them for. There are situations out there where you might do different. Full disclosure, right? There are. I have done it before, but very specific situations. And then our premium return here, you can see, is about 7.22%. Pretty nice, right? Basically, that's 900 dividing the premium by the 900, right? And you're going to be 7.22%. Now, let's say 39 days rolls around, right? And you said you're going to sell them for 10. Let's say that's one of the things that can happen. You have to sell your shares. Okay, cool. Right? If you sell your shares, you're going to make another $100, right? Because you bought them for 900 and you sold them for 1,000. Simple math, guys. Let's get it, right? So if you do sell your shares, you're going to get a total profit on this trade of $165, $100 of profit appreciation plus the premium. And then, of course, don't forget that little 37 that you got as well, right? $37 here that you collected as well for a total of $202 on the trade. Damn good. But full disclosure, those things don't necessarily, it doesn't always work out that way. Just because you did this cash secured put doesn't mean you're going to get assigned. Most of the time, remember, we're just collecting the premium and walking away. In a perfect world, of course, we want to get assigned, and then the following month we could sell our shares, and that's perfect. But it doesn't always happen, okay? It doesn't always happen as quickly as we want. That's why us as option sellers, we don't trade a lot. We trade 5-10 times a month, like if that. Really, this is a game of patience, right? That's why I love this, because it fits into my lifestyle, and I don't want to be sitting in front of my computer screen drawing on candlesticks and like having to do red light therapy on my eye sockets at the end of the day. I ain't about it. All right. So like for me, this is a strategy that works. So a couple things can happen on the covered call side, right? Where you're using your shares. If American Airlines stays under $10, your contract again will expire worthless at expiration. Your collateral, your 100 shares, will be freed up for you to then run another covered call. Guys, if you want the entire full checklist for option sellers, especially if you're a beginner, drop a comment down below. I'll personally send you this checklist. It's just a quick little one pager. Make sure you kind of understand everything and you kind of do little checkies and all that good stuff. But it's really helpful, especially if you're a beginner, especially in all seriousness. So drop a comment. I'll personally send that to you. Make sure to hit subscribe. And also, if you are somebody that's more interested in a hands-on approach with me personally, I have a 1-year-long incubator program where I work with a very small group of people in a more intimate setting, showing you how you can set up this kind of portfolio for yourself. And I do recommend doing this for a year, because as you're going to see, like I just did this all in 2 months, right? Like we're not trading a lot here, but I believe, all right, and this may be a bold thing for me to say, I believe this is the best high income skill you can learn for yourself. And my goal for you is to learn this thing and then go teach other people about it. And this is why I started this channel to begin with, because I truly believe from the bottom of my heart, more people need to learn about this strategy, right? Buying and holding ETFs, I'm all for, but buying and holding individual stocks, no. For me, it's all about producing real income in an option selling portfolio. Guys, remember, sell options, collect premiums, repeat. I will see y'all tomorrow.